Hello everyone, Clack of the Geek here, and welcome back to another one of my Q&As. Today is my January 2023 Q&A. Now, I've got to be quite quick filming this video because in a few hours' time, I'm off to the theatre to rehearse a show that I'm doing. It's an Amdram, like, musical show. But yeah, so I thought I'd do this kind of, just a relaxed Q&A video. It's not too taxing, so I thought I'd do this in this time. I don't know when this will go up. But yeah, let's just get on with the questions now. Okay, kicking off. When will the next new Doctor episode be aired? It'll be the 60th anniversary, I'm presuming, in November of 2023, which, might seem like a mile off, but it'll be here before you know it, to be honest. And it's great that we're getting some marketing for it, Did you know that the US national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, is sung to the tune of an 18th century English drinking song? I didn't know that. I mean, it makes sense. That's kind of that the 18th century, that's when America was founded. So it makes sense, but I didn't know that. Did you and your friends set off any fireworks on New Year's Eve? No, the thing is I have a dog, so dogs tend to be quite sensitive to like loud bang noises, and especially my dog. So we didn't, I mean, it would be cool to, but obviously, we just put some fireworks on the TV and like on the news. They have all the live fireworks in London and whatnot, so we just put that on. Is American politics as confusing to you as British politics is to me? Just politics in general is confusing. I think it's because, obviously, I know you're an American viewer, and obviously I'm a Brit, so you keep up to date with your country's news and politics and whatnot, less so what's, across the pond and whatnot, but, yeah. But, man, British politics can be confusing. I mean, Rishi Sunak wants to make kids to do maths till the age of 18, like, kids already do maths till they're 16 anyway, so what are you doing that's different? It makes no sense. Have you read Prince Harry's new book? No, and I have absolutely no plan to, because I couldn't care less about the royals. I don't care about Harry and Meghan. I don't care about that celebrity gossip kind of stuff anyway. So I'm absolutely no plan to, and just their constant presence in the media, for me, it's just irritating, and it's just like, I don't care. So I have absolutely no plan to read it. Have you had any snow this winter? We did have some in December, not as much as we've had before, but we did have some. And I swear there's been reports that there's going to be some in January, I think. Who knows? Have you seen any good movies, new or old, so far this year? As for new movies, not yet, because like in January, there's never anything on. I've watched a few. I rewatched Inside Out, the Pixar film. Amazing. I've watched a few other films. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, My Neighbor Totoro, See How They Run. I've watched a few like older films, for the first time this year. What videos are you most proud of in 2022? For me, the two that stick out for me would be Road to the Multiverse, just seeing the conclusion of my sketch series, like seeing a proper conclusive end after I'd canned them, like seeing that come to fruition was really something special. And also, I had a great work ethic with that, being productive but not overworking myself. I'm proud of that. And also the Reservoir Dogs film analysis, I'm really proud of that as well, and I want to do more in the same vein of that. What movie do you plan on checking out in 2023? I've got a list on Letterboxd actually of all the big films I want to watch this year, sorry. But the main one for me, I think, is Pulp Fiction, Tarantino's Pulp Fiction, that I've never seen before. I mean, obviously it's a classic, it's Tarantino's, masterpiece. It's one of the films I actually have to study at school, and my teacher is a big Tarantino fan as well. But it's the ultimate kind of, how have you not seen this film? For me, it's like, I will watch that this year. But there's plenty of other films that I'd really like to watch. Memento, the Chris Nolan film, really want to watch that. Sunset Boulevard, the old Billy Wilder film from like the 1950s. Billy Wilder is a favourite of mine in terms of classic Hollywood directors, and that's his most acclaimed film, so I really want to watch that. I also want to watch a lot of foreign language films. I want to try and push about that more. I want to watch more of the Studio Ghibli films, the Japanese films, stuff like Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke. What's your favourite form of animation, as in hand-drawn, CGI, stop motion? Definitely not CGI. As great as it can be, it's the one that easily dates the worst. I guess stop motion, because I think, obviously, it's like you can see the craftsmanship, and like you look at the Aardman stuff with the claymation, you can sometimes in the older ones see like the fingerprints. It's like people made it, and it has that kind of like warts and all feel. It feels very authentic in a way. I have to say, watching the Studio Ghibli films and their beautiful hand-drawn animation, like Kiki's Delivery Service and My Neighbor Totoro, have amazing landscapes and fantastical ideas and creatures, and it's just beautiful. Is there a classic Doctor Who story that you haven't seen but really want to see, not include missing serials? Okay, technically this is a missing serial, but it has been animated, so it is widely available. Patrick Troughton's first story, The Power of the Daleks, that is kind of the main one that is widely available and that I need to see because like it's acclaimed, it's lauded, it's Troughton's first story. It's one I need to see, definitely. What series of Doctor Who had the best build-up, and what series did you feel the most hype for? Now, I can only speak for series 10, 11, 12 and 13, obviously, because that's when I was watching, but I guess series 10, like it's the kind of thing you can't really beat your first. It was a new novel experience of a new Doctor Who series coming out. It's the first time I really got to experience that, and also with that they revealed a lot. So even if maybe they shouldn't have revealed John Sims Master or the Mondasian Cybermen or the Ice Warriors and whatnot, seeing these little tidbits and whatnot, and you know, what was going to happen, it was really exciting, I think. Favourite food? Roast dinner. Have you seen Pig starring Nick Cage or The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent starring Nick Cage? Two of the best movies I've seen last year. No, but I have seen The Croods starring Nick Cage when it came out back in the cinema in like 2013. I actually remember watching that when I was a kid and I fell asleep in the cinema. Okay, I've got to tell this story. I went to, this is a few years ago now, but I went to this, it was like a university trip for school, like a school trip. And they were talking about like societies, because that's the thing, universities like societies. And one of them apparently was like a Nick Cage appreciation society. That sounds like a joke, but I can imagine somebody would do that. Favourite Christmas gift from this year? Well, technically it's last year, but it doesn't matter. I don't like picking favourite Christmas gift just because it feels a bit wrong. It's like, oh, your gift is lesser than that one. But I loved all of them, but you can check out my Christmas haul video if you want more detail on that. Favourite piece of music from any movie? That's very difficult. I love, I love a lot of the big franchises like Bond and Star Wars and Indiana Jones and Jurassic Park. Their main themes are amazing. But I've got to say though, Hans Zimmer, his music is fantastic. Specifically, there's two scenes that I was thinking about actually. So first of all, the Interstellar theme, the do 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 do. That is, I adore it. I put it in my film ranking as well. And also a bit of music from The Lion King, not the songs, but like the instrumental score that Hans Zimmer did. It's the bit when near the end when Simba ascends on Pride Rock. He walks up the rock, and I get chills from hearing that music. Like my hair on the back of my neck sticks up because it is amazing. How are you doing these days? I am doing pretty good. I think right now, like in the new year, because I think the new year hasn't properly set in. It's a bit of a hangover period because it's the first couple of weeks in January. You've not properly settled in yet, and I think it does take a couple of weeks just to properly get going. But I'm doing all right. What was the first story of each Doctor? So the first story that I watched of each Doctor. Christ, I may remember some of this wrong, but here we go. Hartnell, I think, was an Unearthed Child. Troughton, I think, was Enemy of the World. Pertwee Inferno? Tom Baker, I know, was Genesis of the Daleks. Davison, I know, was Earthshock. Colin was Attack of the Cybermen. Sylvester McCoy was Remembrance of the Daleks. McGann, I guess, Night of the Doctor. Eccleston, The Partner of the Ways. Tennant, I actually can't remember. Smith was Day of the Doctor, and Capaldi was The Magician's Apprentice, I think? And then obviously Jodie was like When We Fell to Earth, but What is your favourite Doctor Who missing episode animation? For me, obviously I did reviews of a lot of them, but my favourite would be Evil of the Daleks. I think that was just really magical. Watching that and seeing it realised just sort of transported me back to, discovering something old, but something new at the same time. It was just something magical, and I loved it. Also, I know there's rumours that the Smugglers and the Underwater Menace are getting animated for the 60th. As I said, these are just rumours in my opinion, I think. I don't think they've been confirmed, but either way, if it's true, I'm glad we're getting animations. Even if it's not for the episodes that I particularly wanted, it don't matter. It's great we're getting animations still. Have you seen the 60th anniversary title sequence from Adam Walker VFX, and what do you think of it? No, I haven't. Give me a moment. Oh, he's done Thari's new intro, has he? Oh Christ. Let's react to it. Adverts. Sorry to keep you waiting, folks. Ooh, I like that. It's like Tom Baker kind of type. Oh right, okay. It's sounding modern. Oh right, okay. I mean, that's Revenge of the Tom Baker. That's actually pretty cool, to be fair. Plans for this year with your channel and any New Year's resolutions. As for New Year's resolutions, no, I don't do New Year resolutions because it's just we often set very unrealistic goals for the new year. It's like, oh, I'm gonna travel the world, I'm gonna find my soulmate, all that stuff. And it's like, I mean, it's great if it does happen, but it's like if it doesn't, because it is so unrealistic, you kind of feel tied down. It's like, oh, I didn't do anything worthwhile. Well, no, you did, but you need to. I don't like to do that, because it's like, oh, I've got to set this goal for myself, and if I don't reach it, I've failed this year, which is not true. It's like, just take each day as they come, and, you know, if these things happen, great. If not, just see what happens and take the opportunities that are given to you, because from the start of the year and the end of the year, you know, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what will happen, so just take it in your stride and just, yeah. As for this year on the channel, well, as I say, you know, the year can be unpredictable, so I don't know what exactly, but I will say I'd like to do more film content, just in general, whether it be, you know, analysis videos or reviews, or even like making my own short films and whatnot. I would like to do more film content, admittedly. What's your favourite band? Probably Duran Duran. I really like Duran Duran. Oh, I know, okay, wait, Phil Collins, Phil Collins isn't a band, but he was in Genesis, so it counts, alright. Who is the next James Bond? Jeremy Kyle. I mean, I've heard rumours that Aaron Taylor-Johnson, you know, the dude from Kick-Ass and Godzilla and Age of Ultron, I've heard there's rumours that he's going to be the new Bond, and I'm just taking it as rumour. Again, I'm just taking it as rumour. But I could see it, actually, with him. I think there is potential, but I think there is potential, actually. What's your ideal job? Anything in, like, the creative industries, like acting, writing, directing, editing, all that jazz. Did the reveal of the Timeless Child being the Doctor anger you? Yeah, it does, and I think it's a terrible plot point. I mean, you can see my contemporary reviews from the time of, you know, early 2020 when Series 12 came out.
However, I absolutely despise the idea of there being pre-Hartnell incarnations.
You can see what I thought of it, and I really didn't like it being the Doctor, because the Timeless Child idea has some merit, I think. You know, the whole thing of this child being killed over and over again, and, you know, it's in character with the Time Lords being quite shady with their history, but making it the Doctor is the most bland, inoffensive, safe, just cheap route that you can go down. Why not just make it a new character? It's a good concept, just make it a new character. And it can open up, you know, different moral questions for the viewer and whatnot, but no, it's just bland. However, though, it's been nearly 3 years since that, which one is kind of scary that it's been nearly 3 years since Series 12, holy Christ. But I've just kind of made my peace with it. It's just, I mean, Power of the Doctor didn't bring it up, and also, it's just one of those things, it's like, I can just ignore it. It's like the half-human thing in the TV movie. It's just like, it's one of those has-beens that you can just forget about if you don't like it. That's the beauty of headcanon. Just taking a swig of water just in the middle of the video. And then final question. Thoughts on the Golden Globes this year? Oh man, there were some really great awards. So you've got based Guillermo del Toro. Sorry, I couldn't pronounce his name there. Yeah, you got Del Toro, who won for Pinocchio, you know, the animated film category. He was saying, you know, absolutely based. He was like, animation is cinema. It's not a medium. It's not a genre for kids. It's a medium. Absolutely amazing. Also, it was great to see Michelle Yeoh and Ke Huy Quan win Best Actor awards for Everything Everywhere all at once. Especially, I mean, Ke Huy Quan's speech was absolutely just beautiful. And what inspirational quotes do you live by?
Yeah, Dan Lewis, and I'm a plasterer from Liverpool.
But I think one of the ones that has always stuck with me, it's a, God, this is going to be such a cheesy ending, but it's the, you know, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. You know, from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yes, I know I've said that a lot on this channel, but it resonated with me, you know. I mean, especially at a time, you know, when I watched Ferris Bueller back in, you know, the pandemic and whatnot, and being, you know, a relatively shy, not particularly outgoing kid growing up. I'm not the most outgoing person just generally, but that film very much inspired me to be like, okay, once this pandemic's over, man, you go out there, you show people what you got, and that is what I've tried to do. And I hope anyway, that I've done that, and I'm happy with how life's going, because I think that kind of just living life to the full. That got a bit deep and serious there, didn't it, at the end? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. I am not drinking a whole bottle of water on the video. No, I'm not doing that.